Hey VC, how's it going? It's JT. Going to do another video again before work. I'm going to talk about one of my favorite bands today, Motley Crue. Definitely in my top three. There's Kiss, Zeppelin, Motley Crue. Most of it is early Motley Crue. They, I don't know, changed their sound up a little. It just didn't sound the same after Vince left and so on and so forth. But to start off in the background, summertime. Spinning that slam glam from the 80s, Extreme 2, Porno Graffiti. Great album. A couple things I want to show first. Got a couple more things for the Rocktober box. Finally found a copy of Danzig, the first album. Found it on vinyl. My record store had 4 copies of this a couple months ago. And I saw them and I thought, well, next time I come in, I'll grab one. I went in a week later. They're all gone, and they're still a little expensive online. So when I was in the other day, they had 2. I don't know. I know that there's different pressings. Some are on black vinyl, some are on red. I don't know what color this is. Goes in a Rocktober box. I'll open it up Rocktober 1st and find out what color it is. And then I'm not real big on death metal. I do like some Cannibal Corpse and Carcass. I remember listening to Cannibal Corpse when they first come out back in 89, 90, something like that. It was heavier, it was more aggressive, different, so of course I tried it, listened to it, so I like Cannibal Corpse. But these guys, Acid Witch, they're on Hell's Headbangers Records. They're kind of a doom band, but they're total Halloween, and I'm going to do a video on their other 2 albums. The packaging is just great. You get Halloween cutouts and all kind of neat stuff. But this just came out. This is called Midnight Movies. All you 80s headbangers would love this. It's a 4-song EP. They do I'm Back, which is from, oh, I don't remember. After Midnight, of course, is after off of Trick or Treat, the Fastway song. And they do Soldiers of the Night and Party Time. Party Time, of course, is from, remember this dude here? Yeah. And then there's Sammy. There's a guy from Rocktober Blood. I think that song is either I'm Back or Soldiers of the Night from Rocktober Blood. Or no, not that guy. This guy appears in Rocktober Blood. Anyway, I'll get into this more come Rocktober. I also got it on CD. Hell's Headbangers. The vinyl was like $13. The CD is $7. I mean, you just can't go wrong. Anyway, Motley Crue. I discovered Motley Crue. It was in between my freshman and sophomore year of high school. A buddy of mine was in the drum line also, worked at a record store called Disc Jockey. I don't know if anyone remembers those. I was in there looking around one day, and I said, what's new? You know, give me something new. And he said, you checked out Motley Crue? I said, nope. So I bought, this had just come out, Shout at the Devil. So I bought it on cassette. There we go. This gatefold is so badass. In the back. Now this is a repress that came out this year. It's on black vinyl. Or it didn't come out this year. They redone these in 08 or 09, something like that. They come out on Motley Records. But man, they done a fantastic job with these. So I bought Shout at the Devil first. Took it home. And oh my gosh. Man, this is one of those life-changing albums for me. And I don't care what anyone says, this is metal. This is a heavy metal album. You know, you got your different genres, your 80s metal or your hair metal and your thrash metal, heavy metal. This is a heavy metal album. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Challenge me all you want, you know I'm right. This is metal, and to me it's one of my, definitely one of my top 10, probably one of my, man, I'd almost have to say top 5 or 6 metal albums of all time. That baby is pure heavy metal. So after I got that, of course, I fell in love with it and found out they had an album out before that. Too Fast for Love. This, all of mine are represses, reissues. So this was out, so I went and I bought this. But this has, to me, a lot of punk edge to it. Not edge, maybe attitude. Punk attitude, man. I love the way they done the labels. This has got a white label. The other one had Shout the Devil has a red. But this is really raw sounding. The production is really raw on it. Really, really good. Like I said, man, these guys, like in their video, they said, you know, they were like a gang. And man, they were. Well, they ruled the Hollywood Strip. You didn't fuck with Motley Crue, man. Whew. They were badass. Talk about the bad boys. Man, they were the bad boys of rock. There was no doubt about that. After Shout the Devil, they kind of threw us a curveball when they come out with Theater of Pain. Now, I do like this album. It's pretty heavy. It's still kind of raw sounding. But their look, they went from heavy metal to, I don't know, I guess you could say this is when the glam started. And they, Motley Crue started a revolution with this album. This is what I was saying about the labels. All of mine are on black vinyl. That's kind of a reproduction or a knockoff of the Elektra labels. I love that they've done that. But when they come out with this, and of course this is after Vince got in that car accident and killed the drummer from Hanoi Rocks and all of that. We all know about that. But they just totally changed their look. Their sound kind of changed. I mean, you know, they started the power ballad revolution, and they become a lot more radio friendly. I mean, how often did you hear Shout at the Devil on the radio back in the 80s? Not very often. But this come out, and they were smoking in the boys' room, which it's poppy, yeah, but it's damn good. This is Motley Crue. And these guys just solidified what I wanted to do. I mean, I was a huge Kiss fan, so I knew I wanted to be a drummer. My first favorite drummer was Peter Criss, then Eric Carr. I mean, I knew I was going to play rock and roll. I was going to be an international superstar, record albums, and see my name in lights. And well, here I am. We did see our name in lights, little marquee lights, but I mean, you know, we opened up, we did little tours. We opened up for Quiet Riot and Ace Frehley, Dee Snider when he was with Widowmaker, Love Hate, Dirty Looks, Rhino Bucket. So we had a good run. That's another video. Anyway, these guys come on and it's just the bad boys of rock. And of course we didn't have the interwebs back then, so you know, we'd watch MTV News. Remember when MTV stood for music television and they actually showed music? Headbangers Ball? Shit. Saturday nights, if I wasn't home, if I was out cruising or whatever, the VCR was set. VCR stands for Video Cassette Recorder for you younger people. And record Headbangers Ball every Saturday. This is Girls, Girls, Girls. This is when I think they really settled into who they are. I love the sleaziness of this one and Dr. Feelgood. It's just slam, glam, LA strip sleaze. Great rock and roll. Great music. Gotta fast forward this song. There. Sorry, I'm just not in the mood for that. I love you. I want to be with you. I don't want it. Inner bag. Lyrics. And a picture from the strip club. I cut that off and stuck that on the inside. But this album, man, I mean, Tommy's drumming. Tommy is not the most technical drummer. He is not this Mike Portnoy badass, he's not. But that guy can lay down the best groove. He's the best groove drummer. Him and Bonham. They're not flashy, they're not technical and have to have a million drums. They're just groove oriented, and it's so good. No one can lay down a groove like Tommy Lee and just sit in the pocket and just groove a song like he does. Nobody. And because of that, he's one of my favorite drummers. He's just fantastic. Once again, the Electro label, or a copy of the Electro label. But this one with, Girls, Girls, Girls was a big hit, which, it's alright. I'm kind of over it, I guess. Wild Side, I love Wild Side. Dancing on Glass, the live version of Jailhouse Rock, Something for Nothing, All in the Name of, Bad Boy Boogie. Everything on here is just badass. Awesome. Really good. And last but not least, Dr. Feelgood. This to me is the last really awesome Motley Crue album. Now, Saints of Los Angeles, it came out back in, what, 08? It's good. I like it. I don't have it on vinyl yet. I'm going to get it here eventually. But I do like it. It's not Girls, Girls, Girls or Dr. Feelgood. Inner Bag. This is the first time I ever saw someone with their nose pierced. So, of course, being the rebel I was, I got my nose pierced too. White label. This album is a total rocker too. And like I was saying, man, Tommy Lee just solidified what I wanted to do. He was just badass, took no shit. None of these guys did. You know, like they said, they were a gang, man. They didn't take shit from nobody. They had that punk edge, that punk attitude. Even with their glammier stuff, they still had that punk attitude, you know. Don't fuck with me because we will kick your ass. They wasn't joking, man. Motley Crue, Dr. Feelgood. This baby, TNT, Dr. Feelgood, of course, is good. Rattlesnake Shake, Kickstart My Heart, still badass. Of course, they have their power ballad, Without You. Same Old Situation, Sticky Sweet, She Goes Down, Don't Go Away Mad. Awesome. Beginning to end, front to back. You just can't go wrong with the first 5 Motley Crue albums. Like I said, the Girls, Girls, Girls and Dr. Feelgood, this is when they really solidified themselves as the best LA sleaze rock. It's so good. Not metal. And I would still fight to the death that Shout at the Devil is a metal album. It's one of the best metal albums ever made. But just Tommy Lee with that attitude, man, I knew that's what I wanted to do. And I did. I followed my dream as long as I could. But, man, they were just so cool. So damn cool. I mean, Kiss was my favorite and still are, but man, Motley Crue come along and just kind of changed everything, you know. And look at the bad boys that followed these guys. I mean, Led Zeppelin was bad boys in their own right. They done what they wanted, and they done it their way. But then there was Motley Crue, and then, God, look what they spawned. I mean, Guns N' Roses, holy shit. There's some bad boys, and it just continued on. I mean, I just love that sleazy 80s LA strip rock, rock. It's just awesome. So anyway, that's my video for today. I hope everyone in the VC is doing well. It's summertime. Spending my summer music. I'm going to do a video on what I listen to in the summer. So everyone take care, guys. Keep it metal. Keep it loose, people. Take care.